Welcome back to the channels, people. Rivals until death. You already have to talk about the Arsenal. They have a gunner stack. They have a new member, Jason. And you guys know blood already. Alright, so guys, let's talk about the signing what you would like and signing you feel like if you need to leave the club.
All right. So in terms of, I could talk about outgoings first. In terms of outgoings, me I talk about players like Sambi Lokanga, forgotten. Yeah, man, time to go. Um, Tierney already depend him where him gone already. Jorginho gone. We're looking at um Nuno Tavares gone already as well. Confirmed that he will be leaving.
Yeah.
And we look on one player we would have liked for Zinchenko as well. For go through the door. Based on Jesus injury record recently, unrealistically, him not gonna leave. But I would love if he would leave. His time is over. And is a player who I very much like. But the time has come now where the contribution is not there enough. Then we are look on players like Bermuda like to sign because basically also Reese Nelson forgotten man because we forget same loan I come to an end as well. So Reese Nelson is another one way if we go through the door as well. Very good squad player, but if we are going to really compete at the top level, we need to have better players. Like Martinelli would have been my squad player per se. In a sense. I know say a lot of persons are looking to say, we should cash in on Martinelli, but I really believe he still has a role to play in the team. Right wing, left wing, and the work rate we him offer. So in terms of outgoings, that is basically it. The outgoings is not so entertaining.
Yeah, you know
Yeah,
selected.
so we don't really follow up the outgoings. Who them want to keep that are for them business. But when it comes to the signings now, that is where the real spark is. And especially seeing that my prediction for next season is that we're definitely going to have to win the league next season. Very much so, because season 7, the episode I need to be at its best. So when it comes to signing now, I know the conversation about strikers is a big one, and many tossing up the ideas between Yakares and Sesko, and I'm pretty sure that Osimhen is not in the conversation right now because of um I don't think Arteta like him. I don't think Arteta like the type of player who Osimhen is. But for me personally, Sesko is definitely the man I would go for. And I know a lot of Gunners fans is very big on this Victor Yakares. I just believe that as a footballer, Yakares is very raw. So he's very just, and when I say raw, I mean just bullish, just aggressive, just run and shoot. There's no real technical ability to his game where I think he would fit into the system. Sesko now on the other hand, he makes runs in behind the channels. He's 6'4", 6'5". He has a very high leap. We're very good on set pieces. Can you imagine you having Declan Rice, Big Gabby, Sesko, Havertz, all those big giants in the box. As the crown of set piece kings, and I do believe that we still should continue to make set piece be a menace to these teams. So that height, he's also very quick. He has great ball striking. He's young as well. He fits the bill. I know persons are talking about winning now. I do believe that he can play a part in winning now. And I don't want Arsenal fans to look at it in a sense where, okay, the striker is the fix it all. We still need to get a number 10. So going into the number 10 to support that now, a realistic one would be Eze for me, a maverick type player who is going to take up the ball and just run past people, playing that left 10 kind of area there where when we are playing against those low blocks, he can create something out of nothing. And if you have that Sesko inside the box, that helps as well. And then speaking of wingers, now this is an interesting one when it comes to the wingers because I know a lot of persons talking about Rodrigo and talking about Nico Williams. For me, Rafael Leal is the man for me in terms of a winger who could really contribute to the team, who is that type of maverick type of winger who is going to get the ball and just run at people consistently, and also to do some of the defensive work um, that the team requires. When I look at Rodrigo at Real Madrid, very talented, can play across the front three, but the defensive work, I appreciate the defensive work, and I'm sure that's the mentality of Arteta. So I'm speaking in terms of the more realistic, in terms of fitting in, even though he's not a part of the conversation right now, based on what the transfer rumors are presenting. And then when it comes to, so Nico Williams would be my second favorite, and then Rodrigo would be the third. And if Arsenal is looking at getting away from getting all that defensive work, then that's a different story. And then I'll definitely go with Rodrigo. But if we're looking at based on what the team is um, doing right now, I think Rafael Leao fits the bill more. So if we get that number 10, um, Sesko, Leo, and then Zubamende is almost um,
Pretty much done.
pretty much done based on rumors, even though I don't like the fact that he's mentioning something about Real Madrid that kind of throw me off.
Yeah.
Um, and then we have to extend Thomas Partey contract to another year, at minimum, even if it's just as a squad player, because you see him fitting at right back. You see him when he plays in the team, you see the difference when he plays. So definitely Thomas Partey is definitely a keeper as well. And then I see a lot of people are talking about this goalkeeper thing as well. I think signing a Premier League proven keeper for 5 million is absolutely a steal. Whether I think he's good or not, I think getting that player for 5 million and saving the rest of the transfer budget for a backup goalkeeper who may not play many games, why would I complain about that? So that definitely would be an awesome transfer window
All
in
right.
my eyes.
All right. Blood. What are your thoughts? Who you feel like we're supposed to sign and who feel like you're supposed to leave?
Alright, well, for me, GSM basically cover everybody who me would want out of the squad. So, we share the same sentiment. One player though who a lot of fans now go agree, but I don't really put much faith in others. I know a lot of fans, I just say no, I think Arteta is trying to build the team around him. For some reason, I don't have 100% faith in him. He has good potential. I know what he's capable of, but I I just think that Arteta is relying too much or depending on others too much. He should try to change the way we go forward in terms of attacking. Arteta has his standard, and I see why he would want a player like Sesko and not Gyökeres. But to me, sometimes I like a ruthless forward, but you should also be able to be a complete forward. A little bit of ruthless, skill, clear, technical ability, physicality, aerial ability as well. So a player like Jesus, but more upgraded would have been my type of player. I don't have any problem with the Sesko deal, but if I could get both of them, I would take both of them. to me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Going
My
on going on the wingers now, the wingers for left wing, definitely after watching the final, yesterday I was paying keen attention to Nico Williams, dangerous player, dangerous, very direct, has a good striking ability, very quick. I would like a player like that in my team. Very good player. At first, I had doubts, but I haven't really seen him playing for a club like that. But watching him playing for Spain, very motivating. So also a next player when I really find very interesting is Mitoma from Brighton. I would like to see that player in Arsenal jersey. Very, very decent player. I don't know how any big team is not trying to sign him, but very, very, very good player. Right wing, I think the Rodrigo rumors are very. It seems impossible based on the wages that he might want. Arteta and team is not going to pay that. Just speaking realistically. We are not
yeah.
going to pay these players certain amount of money. So I don't even want to go there. For me, it would be good if something can work out and we can get him to come, but it doesn't seem mathematically possible based on my view and based on his the fee and then the wages. It just doesn't seem possible. But in a replacement for Rodrigo on the right wing, mm, haven't really seen any writing that really catches my eye so far. But I just know say we need a player for over there so because we can't do soccer like this. But soccer has been playing way too much game, way too much game. We need another decent player so we can get rest and we can rotate the thing properly. If we continue here play soccer so much, we might lose him for a very, very long time. And we really don't want that. What is taking place with the Zubimendi? Arsenal is taking so long to close on these deals, bro. It is scary, bro. Why are you taking so long to get pen to paper, bro?
The Arsenal Football Club, that man.
Yeah, man, I'm fed up with this, bro. We have taken too long to close on these deals, bro. What is the issue? I don't know. But
No,
we
but
need to get cracking, bro.
uh,
We
I
need to
I
get cracking. Mm-hmm.
I read an article, in terms of why the Zubamendi deal is not done as yet, is because um Sociedad asked them to sign him in July,
Yeah.
so that they can report it in the next fiscal year, as
Yeah,
a
I've
Oh,
seen
part
that
of
too.
their financial gain. So it makes sense. It
Yeah.
makes sense, but that's very risky for us. Um,
yeah,
you
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
because Real Madrid is knocking on the door.
yeah, exactly.
But I've seen something that came out today that they already signed the paper and stuff. But for me, I have to see the player in the jersey first before I can say yes, he's an Arsenal player.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I've
Yeah, man.
seen too much stupid stuff that goes on, and then people laughing in our face. No, I have to
Yeah,
see
man.
him in the jersey first.
We need to see players coming in, though. We need to see all the other clubs are going out there, signing players from here. We need to sign, we need to hire some type of scout as well, brother. The scouting, I wish we would go back to the time when we used to favor like French players. To me, I like to see French players in the team. It's a part of our history, a very strong part of our history. We always get good players from France. I see that Arteta prefers more Spanish players, but I would like to see even a one or two French players coming into the squad. The number 10 was definitely we need a number 10. I like Eze, very good player. We can also look at other options out there, but that is a player that I think would fit well into the team as well for the number 10. I hope that we can get back our captain fully fit with a different mentality for next season. We need him, we still need him, you know. Hasn't been at his best for a while now, but we really need him, you know. Um, Defensively, I think we are good defensively. We hopefully we might still need a backup right fullback and left fullback, but we don't have to cash any big cash and load because they're supposed to get him back. Then White fully active and good on the left back, Louis Kelly, very I'm excited to see what he's going to do for us this season. Huge potential. Louis Kelly, very confident on the ball. He can hold up the ball. He can pick a pass. He not stop run either. He can pick a shot if needed as well. Very good player. Um, that's it pretty much to me. But the main thing right now, we need to see the man them assign the players them, bro. We need to see some here we go, bro. Let's go, let's go. We need to see some here we go. It can take so long, brother. We need to see some here we go, brother.
Yeah, the only thing I would add on that is we talking about signings and players I think should leave. I would add Tamiyasu. I'll put Tamiyasu in the making. I'm
Oh
tired of
yeah,
Tamiyasu now, bro. This guy only this season he's only played one game. Come on, that's not good to be playing for Arsenal. One game, he needs to go for me. Zhivchenko, 100%. I'm tired. I'm tired of this guy. He has to go. Let me see who else I don't like in the squad. Um, you said Reece Nelson. Reece Nelson should go too. He's on the books. All of these fringe players, man, I'm trying to get them off. Trossard. I'm I'm tired of Trossard. He's too selfish. Countless
I
games I've watched, and this guy literally is in a position where he could pass the ball to a better player, not doing
I
shit.
just one point. I really I get what you're saying, but to me, why would I keep him? Because of the experience. He's very experienced. He knows how to find
Hey,
goals sometimes at
trust.
some drastic
All right,
point.
this is the thing with Trossard situation. Yes, I understand the experience thing that you're saying, but they offered this guy contract and he don't want to sign it because he want regular game time play. No, bro, you're not that player. You're a
Yeah,
bench player that's gonna come on and at least impact the game.
right.
Yeah. Trossard is definitely the best finisher we have in the team. Left foot, right foot. So if I could keep him, I would definitely keep Trossard. He's
Yeah,
not a starting baller. He's
If
right,
not a starting player,
right, right.
but bring on Trossard 70, 75 minutes. He's coming on and he's guaranteeing you an assist or he's scoring or creating a decent chance for sure.
Yeah,
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 but you got to look at it. His age. That's one, and he's not a player that's gonna start over Gabriel Martinelli. And we're literally saying that we need a better player than Martinelli. So why would you keep a Trossard when you could make that money and put towards a better player?
Make that money. How much you gonna get for Trossard?
You probably get like
Unless
a 30 million.
unless there's a Saudi team that comes in
Yeah,
for him.
yeah, them Arab bro, them ready to spend money, man. Send him over Arab then.
yeah,
Yeah, if a Saudi team comes in for him, definitely I would consider it. But if I'm selling Trossard, the number 10 have to his transfer fee has to buy a number 10. Has to.
yeah,
Has
And
to
this
buy the number
and
10.
then Gabriel Jesus. This guy, every time when we need to sell him, he's always injured, bro. It
yeah,
seems to
man.
me like he's just getting injured. It's like he's just getting injured every time it's like the end of the season. It's time to go too. I'm tired of him now.
Yeah,
It's his
man.
time to go.
We need
I've
to.
seen a lot of people talking about the Sesko and Gyökeres thing. I would rather go for a Gyökeres. If you ask him from my opinion, I want a killer up front. But if Mikel Arteta wants Sesko, I'm not gonna go against him. Go and get Sesko, because that's the manager. You want Sesko? I've seen him make a lot of signings where I'm like, I don't want that player, and those players that come out and play good. I don't have a
No,
problem with him getting Sesko. It's just the
Marino.
thing that if he's gonna get Sesko, he better. This season coming, he has to win something. And I'm not talking about no Carabao Cup, bro. I'm
Yeah,
talking
man.
about is either the Premier League, FA Cup, or the Champions League. That's what
Yo,
my aim is for.
have you seen the goals that Yakares scores?
He's clinical.
No, have you seen the type of defending? Have you seen the type of just the? I'm not convinced. I
Yeah,
know,
I get what you say.
I know he's a
Yeah,
goal machine, but
I,
trust me, the type of defending is like the Costa Cup defending back in Jamaica, bro.
Yeah, but
Like
this is the thing. The same way you're talking about the type of goal that he scores, I've seen Sesko miss a lot of easy chances. A lot.
yes, yes, and the difference with that is with Sesko the amount of chances because I believe that Sesko could have killed Madrid 2 years ago in the Champions League,
Yeah, I remember that
right?
game.
And I remember he got a couple of 1v1, but that is Madrid, but he's playing for um Leipzig.
I did.
When you come to Arsenal and you're playing with better players and getting several chances with better players, automatically you become a better player. There's a lot
Yeah.
of players I see in teams and they're no good. And I'm wondering how do they get to play for these teams? But because they're playing around with better players, they automatically have to lift their standard.
Yeah, I get all of that, but I just want a killer, bro. That's what my aim is. And for me, one of the things that I wanted to speak on about my striker this season, I wanted my striker to have like a right foot. I'm tired of this left foot striker thing, bro. I'm tired of this left foot striker thing. I've seen too much left foot strike and it doesn't work. That's why I'm like, I need a striker to be using both feet or use a right foot.
Yeah, man.
Well,
Yeah, and for me, we 100% we need a backup or a person who could challenge Martin Odegaard. We need somebody there because Odegaard for the last 2 seasons, yes, he's been like one of the best number tens in the world. Who could say that? Because he's been there with the best. But this season now, he fall off. He has a big fall off, bro. A big fall off.
Yeah.
well,
That's why I feel like we should have a better player, or at least a player there who could challenge him.
well, I,
Yeah.
you see, I can't disagree, but I've seen some fans talking about Odegaard in a very
Yeah, they overdoing
negative
it.
way, and I just can't get it because the last game of the season, when you see him getting back to his full
Yeah. He
fitness,
was
and
very
you
confident.
see
He
what
was
he
very
offers the
confident.
team,
Past the
there's
years, shots on
Even
target,
more recent than
every
that, they
game.
had a game. Now we had a game the other day. You seen his performance in that game? He had a
yeah,
good performance in that game.
yeah, oh, top player,
Yeah.
top player,
So
To
it's
me,
still,
he's in the top five, number 10 in the world.
yeah,
Top
for
three.
sure.
Top
For
three, I would
sure.
say.
He's tough, but we need that. But because he's so slow,
Yeah.
it's the same thing with the game yesterday with Pedri. Pedri got a clear chance to run through, and because he's
yeah,
so slow, he's
yeah,
chopping and turning. We
yeah,
Yeah.
need
turn back
someone with
and turn.
pace. When you
Yeah,
pick up the ball in the slots, you just
yeah,
Yeah.
we
drive
need
at
to
people.
move. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So guys, what are your aim for next season
Hold on,
coming?
hold on. Teacher, who you favor for? Right me. I mean, yeah, pick.
Honestly, I want Rodrigo, but to me, I can't see we spending that money. I can't see we spending the money to get the wages that he's gonna want to have.
Yeah,
Honestly, but I know for a fact if he wants the 80 to 100 million, we have that money to spend. It's just that wages.
yeah,
He's
yeah,
gonna have to
yeah,
bring down his wages.
yeah. The way
If I
the
can't get him before, I wanted Nico Williams. Now I'm looking at Anthony Garden, bro. I like Anthony Garden. That's the player I like. I like Anthony Garden, and if I can't get Anthony Garden, that's what I'll go for. Mitoma.
yeah, Mitoma for sure. There, Mitoma.
Yeah, I like
Yeah,
Mitoma too.
No,
yeah,
Mitoma
man.
is on his way down, man. When Mitoma was in his prime, that's when we should have gotten him. No, He's not the same
I
player.
think so.
Yeah,
From he
that's
got
1 season ago though, bro. That's 1 season
I
ago.
signed him for 3 years.
yeah, exactly.
I give him a
When
3 year contract.
no. I wouldn't be looking. As a matter of fact, he's not as explosive from he came back from injury.
Yeah.
He's just not the same player. Just not the same player.
The
You
guy,
know.
the guy who I really like, honestly, I like Anthony Gordon, honestly, because he's Premier League proven, and he's been doing it from the starting of his career in the Premier League. So that's why I'm like, I like him, but everybody know we want that flashy player. That's why I said I would rather the Nico Williams or Rodrigo. Rodrigo would be good for Arsenal. He would put a buzz around the crowd, bro, a big buzz.
Yeah.
You see,
Yeah.
that is the thing with us fans, I don't want I need output. I do not want to get no buzz in no stadium
Yeah,
or
so,
no
so hold up,
buzz
hold up,
I
hold
about
up,
think
hold up. So
no
what you saying
jersey
that
sale.
Rodrigo is not gonna give us output?
I
Not defensively. Going forward, yes,
Yeah.
for sure. But for me, is the holistic approach. I do not want no player who is gonna sell jerseys. I don't care about that
Yeah,
because that doesn't benefit me. I want a player who is going to work for the team going forward and going back.
yeah, but you're saying in our conversation right now, we're saying that we are locked attackers. That's what we want from Rodrigo. We want him to score goals, and that's what we're gonna get. I feel like we're gonna get from him. For the past few seasons, that's what he's been doing, scoring goals and assisting goals.
it's been very good. I'm still not going to rule out the rumors because
Yeah,
we have been privileged to be getting some good players from Real Madrid. We share a good little relationship with them, and we always get players from them who come to Arsenal and do well. So I'm still not going to rule it out fully, but wages might be an issue. But if they can work something out, I'll gladly accept it in the team. It will be a good addition.
with the Leo shout, I know for a fact him and Arteta wouldn't work good together. I know for a fact that wouldn't go.
Yeah, and also that I read an article where he mentioned that he's very happy at Milan. I don't think he
No, he's up
can.
for sale. He's up for sale
Oh,
right now.
it's up for sale?
Yeah, he's up for sale right now.
Oh,
It's just that I know for a fact that him and Arteta is good would knock, bro. I know him and Arteta will always be knocking. The type of player Arteta likes wingers to run back and forth. Leo doesn't give me that type of player. Leo just want to be forward. It's a forward thinking player.
well,
So
but
so 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 so
I
you see
wouldn't
how
say
this
that still. I
this
wouldn't say
this
that still.
this contrast in idea though. Because when I mention about defensive work for Rodrigo, it's
No,
okay.
no, but
But
you're making it seem like Rodrigo doesn't work back. That's what I'm saying. You're making
no,
it seem like he doesn't work back at all. He
no
does.
I, when
He's the
in
only attacker in the Real Madrid squad that run back.
in what game?
A lot
Yeah,
of
man,
games
in
he runs
chat
back.
back.
A lot of games.
Yeah, man, in chat back at times.
A lot of
Uh,
games, bro.
in
At
in
times.
in drag back figure do what?
A lot of
Cause
games we watch Rodrigo tackle back and
uh,
run the ball back
In
and
chat
lay the
back
ball
at
off to
times.
the forward players, bro. A lot of games.
In chat back at
uh,
times. In chat
we
back at
must be
times.
watching different games for sure. Well, I don't
Nah.
watch Real Madrid
No,
like that,
man.
anyways.
In chat back at times, man.
Yeah, man. At times he's the only one who track back, but bro, he tracks back better than Vinny,
All
than
right, all
Mbappe.
right. So hold on. See, you see that is the thing, You see, because you're marking him based on those who do nothing at all, it makes it look as if he tracks back because
Yeah,
they are not doing it
Hey,
any at
good,
all.
good
yeah.
point.
That's the thing, That's the thing. I get that what you're saying, yes, but we're seeing him do it multiple times. That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
man. Yeah,
It's
man.
not
Yeah,
like he
man.
never did it.
Yeah.
Not well, as I'm not opposing, I'm just saying that for
Yeah.
me, he would be third down the list. And I know the buzz
Mhm.
that he would give the club, the
But
name.
all right. Let's cancel out Rodriguez for a moment. Who would be the next best candidate on the right flank? Because they
No, I
now
I wouldn't I wouldn't be buying a right winger. I wouldn't
No,
be buying a
man.
right winger.
No, man.
So what? You would stay with your same right winger attackers that we have right now?
So if I have Saka
Yeah.
and if I have Trossard Martinelli who can play on the right,
Okay.
I have
Yeah.
I have Ethan who can come on the right. Why am I going to waste money to buy a right winger?
Nah.
I am buying a left winger, a number 10, because we have to look at this realistically. We can't just say, oh, we're going to buy right winger, left winger, striker, number
Oh,
10.
no, man. No, 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 no.
No, no, no. So
No, man.
I'm
No.
looking at it. Right wing, good. If Saka is there and we bring on Ethan or we throw Martinelli over there, because when Martinelli play on the right, Martinelli give us something that is different. Old school ball game. Wing play. Run down the wing, cross the ball.
Mm.
Sesko, 6 foot
Oh,
4.
style figure.
Nah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me,
Right.
we have to lose one of those wingers. That's why I said Trossard has to go, and then we get somebody there. It's either Nico Williams, Rodrigo, or
Yeah, man.
Anthony
No,
Gordon.
I
One of
keep
those
in
guys has to
both.
come in.
I keep in both Trossard and Martinelli.
Nah, one of them has to go, man.
Both of them. Why one of them has to go?
Output. I need somebody with better output. That's why I said one of them has to go. And for
Bro,
me, Martinelli is a better player.
have you seen
Yeah,
Trossard's output in terms of contribution?
Yeah, selfish.
man.
Damn selfish. Damn selfish. I'm tired of this guy, bro. Honestly, I'm tired of him. He's
This
selfish,
one,
man.
here, here, yeah.
Yeah, man, I have to keep Trossard. Trossard is the best goal scorer we have in the team. Left foot, right foot, finish.
Experience, experience.
All right, so guys, let's talk about the objective for this season coming. What are your thoughts on Mikel Arteta?
Ah, right, answer. Arteta must, must win a permanent trophy this season. No excuse, no question, no.
Where's a permanent trophy? What trophy you mean?
It must be the Premier League, the FA Cup, or the Champions League.
Okay.
I'm not take no less than that. That's why I'm say prominent because they're a little small cup, but
Yeah,
they're
major, so major.
established cup where we can say, yeah, I don't want a tea cup. No, the big cup one. Happy. He must win a cup. No questions asked, no excuse, and no excuse, no complaining, boy, injury, no, I ain't none of that. We make some money this season, cash some cash, buy some players, get the job done. And one more season now you Arteta. If Arteta don't win a major trophy this season, out the door. Out the door.
And get it. Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. You have it
Out
up
the
here,
door.
say,
No, man, out the door, man.
So, and when you get him out the door, who you going to get as your manager?
You can get other manager, man. But
And
Arteta has to go out the door. Come on, bro. Let's
Yeah.
can't continue.
Bro,
see,
but I'm with you. If he doesn't win one of those major trophies,
Yeah, man.
he has to go for me too.
Yeah, man.
The only way I would look past it is if he won the FA Cup and won the Carabao Cup. I'll look past it. But for me, if he doesn't win the FA Cup, Champions League, or the Premier League, and this is the Arteta fan. This is the guy who support Arteta before all of the good phases that we're seeing with the Arsenal squad right now. This is a guy who support Arteta from the jump. But it's time for our fans. It's time for us to deliver, and it's time for him to deliver. That's how I see
right.
it.
Yeah,
So
man.
while I agree, and as a matter of fact, my opinion is a little bit different,
Yeah.
where there is only one trophy he can win this season that will tell me that he is successful in this Arteta project, and is the Premier League. If he doesn't win the Premier League, he would have failed. Even if he wins the Champions League, he would have failed the objective. For me personally, you have
So
to win the league. After all these years building this project, it must come to fruition at some point in time. If he
Don't
doesn't
forget.
win the league, he would have failed.
so
However,
hold up, hold up. So what you telling me? If he wins the Champions League and comes second again, that's a failure?
that is a failure. That
Come
is a
on, man.
failure.
No. You
That
can't.
No,
that
no.
No,
I understand his point of view. I definitely understand his point
nah.
of view. I would agree as well. I understand his point of view.
that is the bread and butter of what you play for. The Champions League is a cup competition. There are so many different things that can determine who wins the Champions League.
I
When it
think,
comes when it
yes.
comes to the
Continue.
league, it is the best team consistently over what 37, 38
Eight,
games,
eight games.
38 games. That is the team that wins the league, and that shows me that your project is successful. Winning a couple games, what you play 10 games, how many games to Champions League? Yes, that's good, but not good enough. You have to win. You have to win the Premier League for me, for you
Yeah.
to be successful.
This is the thing. I'm not saying no. I'm saying if I get the option to win is either the Premier League or the Champions League, yes, I'm gonna go for the Premier League. But I'm saying if we do win the Champions League, remember we have never win the Champions League. If we do win the Champions League and come second, that's a successful season for me. Trophy
Yeah,
wise,
yeah,
that's it.
Oh, yes,
yeah.
yes.
That's why I said I wouldn't sack him if he won those.
100%.
No, man, no. I wouldn't
But
sack
if I
him.
got an option to choose the Premier League or the Champions League, 100% I want the Premier League. That's what for me the Premier League is way harder to win than the Champions League. The
You
best
can
team in the world doesn't even have to be winning the Champions League, honestly.
exactly.
Anybody wins the Champions League.
But you see, the thing is now for me is that you see when fans is going to say, okay, well, get rid of Arteta if he doesn't win one of those major trophies. I
Mm.
can't agree with that either.
Um,
Because when you get rid of Arteta, who are you going to hire?
Yeah, but you're making it seem like other managers are not out there to get.
yeah,
Bro,
man.
bro, you see, until Arteta. So say for example, he starts coming like fifth and dropping out of the Champions League, and everything is going like real left. I
Yeah,
wouldn't get rid of him because these players are all Arteta players. You are going to invest 7 years into a system, and then you're going to take a different manager to bring him in without this manager winning anything with his system.
I hold
When
up,
this,
hold
when
up.
this, yeah,
So what you're telling me, our next manager can't just come in and take a squad and win with it?
it
Because we've
is
seen it happen multiple times.
no, which multiple time with slot. So me know
Multiple
say that they
times.
are going reference, that
Multiple times. We've seen it happen with Chelsea too.
and who
Yeah.
come in and win with Chelsea
With
team.
Conte, when Conte came in.
Tuchel as well, too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You seen it
yeah.
happen with Conte. He came in, take over the squad, win.
It's not the same. It's not the same. It
Well,
doesn't work like that.
you see, the thing that we have to realize, yes, we got in Arteta and we we love him because he was a player for us who did well and yes, he turned manager now, but sometimes we can't make a love what we have to the club legend turn manager club judgment. It's a go match to us. We can't
Yeah.
say because we love Arteta. No, if he does not come up, if he does not rise to the occasion this season, sorry Arteta, you have tried your best, we still love you, but
Yeah, so
you have
please
to
give me
make one.
give me give me a name. Give me a name so you
You,
can convince me to say, all right, this person can come in and deliver if he can't then.
Zidane
you
is out there,
can't give
bro.
you,
Zidane is out
you
there.
can't give you a
There's a lot of
direct,
coaches out there, bro.
but yeah,
So you believe Zidane is a good coach?
He won the Champions League, no?
3 times in a
with
row.
which team?
Real Madrid.
Okay.
So what you're trying to say? That's not a good something to achieve.
Bro, you winning the Champions League with Real Madrid is I could have gone to Real Madrid and win the Champions League with Real Madrid.
You know
As
how
long
much
as
ego. You know how much big ego he has to manage down there.
yeah, no.
Yes,
You're talking about Zidane. There's
Yeah.
no ego. When you walk up to Zidane, it doesn't matter what prime you're in. When you look at Zidane, you are saying, "Oh yeah, he is the man."
Nah.
So
With
that
this,
is the
with
big
this,
difference.
with this generation that we're living in, these guys don't even look out
Yeah,
on these big names like that anymore, bro.
yeah.
No, 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 no,
They
no,
don't.
no.
They
No,
don't. I'm
no, bro.
telling you, they don't. They don't give a shit no more.
No,
So,
no, no. I can't even tolerate that, bro. Like you're telling me that a player walk in the dressing room
Mm.
and he's Zidane, and you're telling me
no, that
you're
not happen
joking, bro.
again, bro. That
I,
not happen
I
again.
don't know what he's talking about. That's not happening no more, bro.
Yo,
No
you
more.
are
Different.
These
joking.
young guys, their ego is big,
Them
bro.
man are
Yo,
Very,
different.
very big, bro.
you
Them
are
man are
all
different.
joking, 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 joking,
Them
joking.
man are business here, who, brother. You could have tell it. Them man are no business. Them
No,
man are
no,
no
no, no,
business.
no,
Look at
no, no,
tell you.
no.
This man are no
Now there are
business.
certain things. There are certain things that does not come out of the sport, and that is one of them. You see a big name like that. Mm-mm. Not when he's your manager. When you're playing for another club,
Get where I just see you.
different story. But you see a big
Get
name
where I
like
just
that.
see you.
Mm-mm.
But we have given Arteta a fair chance. You know,
Yeah.
we gave him a very big position to manage. He remember he was coming from Man City while he was understudying Pep. You know, we brought him into a club with rich history, and we need something though. We given him a fair chance, can't complain though. We stick by him. We try to work with the long term project, but if you not work out bro, at some point you have to take your losses, bro.
And at the
Have
end
to.
of the day, the players want fresh ideas too, bro.
Yeah,
That's another thing. If a player
yeah.
is getting the same manager nipping up about his head every second, no, do this, do this, do this, and it's not working out every week, all right, working out every year, what do you think is gonna happen? They're gonna want
Yeah.
new ideas, bro.
We need
You
some
see,
spark.
you see. Let me tell you how me analyze this football thing. If you notice, all the players, how highly, and when I say them speak highly of the manager, they all say the same thing. And I'm not talking about players who go and do interview and they're just saying this to for the camera. These players actually think this way about the manager. They trust in the details that he puts into it. They trust the system. Why do you think it's so easy for these players to renew their contracts and to get long-term contracts and to be? You see, if these players didn't trust in what is going on with Arteta, Saliba would have told Real Madrid, yes, I'm willing. Come speak to them and get to me. I think those conversations weren't had. It was all in the system before. But guess what? These players trust in the manager, trust in whatever is going on. They're enjoying the game. Week in, week out, they have built something that I agree that they need to win something major this year. I'm not disagreeing that. But
We're
I
not
do not.
saying no, we're not saying the players don't trust the manager. We're saying is that it's gonna come to a point where the players gonna be tired of the manager's same ideas over and
Yes,
over again.
but you guys
I
are talking as if it's like next season if it doesn't happen,
Yeah,
and I do not think it
yeah,
is. It is that
yeah.
point as yet.
No, me not even want to think about that. I win me a free, brother. Me not even want to think about that.
yeah,
Me
it's
can't
way
think
too
about.
much for me
But
too, man.
but but in regards to the players who would have renewed their contract, I think it's more about the jersey, the test, the
No,
history.
no. The
More
manager
than
plays a big part in it.
yes, yes, but I think you have a set of players also who want to win something with Arsenal as well.
Yeah,
I strongly believe that as well.
yeah, but the same way you're giving the jersey at the club the praise, you have to give the manager the praise too,
Yes,
because
yes,
he
yes,
plays a big part in it. A lot of
yes,
these players that plays for a club, he's the one has them in that situation or in that
yeah,
position at least.
yeah, right. Prime example. Yeah,
Yeah, so we
yeah,
still have to give the managers praise, man.
yes, yes, yes. Yes, yes, yes.
For me, I don't think we need a defender. I feel like we're good back there.
Ah,
Yeah, I
well,
mean,
let's
unless
say, mhm.
unless there is a possibility where they might want to get rid of Kivior or
Now he already
clubs.
came out and said
No,
he's not going.
no.
But I mean, clubs are interested if the price is right. They never say no.
True, that's
I
true.
still
Never say
like
no.
him. I think he's a squad player.
But even if they do lose Kivio, Calafiori is there to back it up.
No, 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 no. We still need somebody else.
Because
We still
remember,
need.
Calafiori is the backup for Gabriel Magalhaes.
Yeah, yeah, versatile player. Yes,
Yeah, and
sir.
then if you don't have Miles, if you don't have Miles, then you're gonna say okay, Timber can play over there, or
Blanco.
nah, play Benny Blanco at left back, but
No, I'm saying Timber can play over there and Blancos can play the right back.
yeah, but
Yeah,
we
yeah,
still have to have numbers because that is the thing,
yeah,
when you look at Man City have probably 8 defenders, all who are centre backs, 8
Yeah,
of them,
but we have pretty much the same though.
No,
I
that's why I'm saying if we lose any of the players, we still need to sign someone.
yeah,
We can
I
sign.
agree.
We need to sign like a young centre back. What's his name? See them talking about this youth
The guy
player.
from Ajax,
Yeah, that Ajax youth is okay. Even or even some experience. A player who's just willing to be a squad player as well.
Yeah,
You know.
but yeah, I
I don't waste no money on no defender, but to
no
be honest,
can't.
bro, I'd rather take that money and put it towards some big attacker, man.
The
Yo,
reason
how much
why
money you want to put into attackers then?
Bro, we need goals, bro. We need goals.
yeah, man, when you say
I haven't heard. Hold up, I haven't heard anybody talk about this Osimhen. It seems like it's just me alone. I don't like this guy at all. I don't like how he plays
when
football, and I feel like
overrated,
he's just one of those type of player that has that name, and he's no good. I feel like he's a bully.
uh,
That's how I feel about Yakares in a sense. Just a little. just
Mm,
just a little.
mm.
Yeah, I
um,
just feel like
we, I think we do need numbers in the squad. So I go agree with Jason. Reason why for the past few seasons I've seen here, or I've come to the conclusion that if at many points we could have numbers for like when players when are important players that injured, and we could have replaced them and carry on. I think we would have had way better shots at winning the Premier League many times. We've seen here that has affected us in the latter part of a lot of seasons. So numbers is important. So,
yeah, with quality players as well.
yeah,
Because I mean,
quality.
when you're watching the game and you see we need a goal or something, and you see Arteta bringing on Tierney
Ah,
as a left wing option, you know that we are in trouble.
yeah, yeah. So we do
Yeah,
need numbers.
that's showing you that we need attackers, bro.
Yeah, man, we need numbers. We need
Uh,
numbers. And sometimes, where what I would like to see, we don't have to always necessarily try to go for the superstars, the headliners. Yes, we do need at least one, two, or three of them. Yes, but sometimes we can make the sport them go look for some little talent out them. And we have real talent out there. I've seen so many Premier League clubs that have some little talent. And I say, yo, that little baller, you know
Mm.
me? But I want to see that, brother. Just try to get some little talent from some little clubs, man, that can gel into the squad as well.
yeah,
Um,
this
one more point. Max Dorman. What do you think about him? He's
Oh,
been he's been promoted into the first team. What do you
oh,
think about Max Dorman? The the
Look a 15-year-old kid,
yeah,
man.
youngster there.
The bad baller.
Yeah.
A
Don't
baller
kill
that
him.
man. You remind me of Odegaard.
Yeah,
I think physically he's not ready for the league as yet.
yeah, but
Physically,
yeah,
no,
but
soon come.
I can't give my judge on him until I've seen him preseason. So until I've seen him playing in preseason, I will give my full judge on
yeah,
him.
Yeah,
But from my take, the stuff that I've seen, he looks very good. He reminds me a lot of Martin Odegaard. The way he
yeah,
plays, the way he finds people, remind me so much of Martin Odegaard.
yo, that kid selfish at the level he's playing, and I know he
yeah.
won't be able to
I
Yeah,
do
see,
it at
yeah,
this
I
level.
see a
But
lot
I
of
just
it.
yeah, because he knows that he's above the level that he's
yeah. I
playing.
was
So
just gonna say that. That's
yeah,
expected though,
Yeah,
yeah,
because
but
if you're playing in a league or in a what you call it, under 20 or under 15, when you know you're better than everybody else, you're gonna want to
yeah,
stand out just to push forward. So I feel like that's what he's doing.
yeah, no, for sure. No, and I'm not saying it is a bad thing, I just know physically, he's definitely not ready.
yeah,
But bringing him into the team and giving him that experience and exposure is definitely a good thing. It cannot be
yeah.
a bad thing.
Most
Getting
important
him
one
in
for
and
the team.
around the first team, just giving other youngsters an idea of a pathway that they can go through. But
Yeah,
because we need to win now,
Yeah.
yeah,
um, all my focus is on is just the first team. And you made a great point in terms of the signing going to City. Your name Ryan Shirky or whatever his name.
yeah,
Why can't we see those players for 35
yeah. You see
million
that
and
me and
buy those
talk about.
players?
We need to be proactive, brother. We need to be proactive. That me and
Yeah, because
talk
I
about.
think he's pretty good.
Yeah,
Until I seen him play in the league, I could say he's pretty good. I've seen him play in La Liga and he's pretty good. I've seen him play in the international states. He's pretty good. Until I've seen him play in the league and he performs the way I think he's supposed to be performing, I'll say he's good. But this league is different from a lot of these other leagues, bro. Very different.
Yeah, no, you see when all right, you see what I use to quantify players is if they do it for club and country. You see, because I see him doing it at club level and country level as well, that is enough for me to
Yeah, but
say,
you
well,
can't
it's
you
a
can't say
better
you've seen him
chance.
does it for club level though, for country
I
level. Because he only played one game, 2 games
no
now for country.
no yeah, exactly. So
So
that's why I'm saying,
you can't really come out and say for country yet. You've
well,
seen him do it for club.
the signs are there. The signs are there where he's not afraid. He's not a scared to express himself when he gets the ball. He looks lively.
Yeah.
He looks like he can find a pass. Go like for me even. And I know this is gonna be crazy. But if I could get Jack Grealish, Aston Villa, Jack
You
Grealish.
crazy. You
Well, just listen, me, no virgin.
hell
Listen, no
no,
virgin.
no, no,
Listen, no
I'm not with
virgin.
that.
I what I know, more here,
Listen,
No, I'm not
listen
with
to what
that.
me I say. Listen
more,
to what me I say.
yeah,
If
more
me
here.
get Aston Villa Jack Grealish for 30 million pounds, me take him. If if me get Aston Villa Jack for 30 million, me take him right now. You
Uh,
you see the type of player Jack was at. I mean at Man City Jack Grealish, and me know that player is still in him. The dribbler where I go past people, take the ball and bring the ball. All I need is a dribbler. We do not have anybody who is a ball
yeah,
carrier, who is a
the man
dribbler
them
who is
pray,
gonna.
brother. The man them pray, man.
So,
Control the
let me
ball.
ask you a question, Jason. Are you saying that you would take the Jack Grealish? Which position are you gonna play him?
Left number 10, Virgin.
So he's like a backup for Odegaard.
No, 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 not a
No,
backup. You
no,
know, understand, Virgin, we play 4-3-3s in.
Yes.
When we're playing against these teams with this low block, we just need Declan Rice to sit. We have left number 10, right number 10. Remember,
Oh, you
these.
talking on number 8? You're talking on number 8, bro.
No, 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 not number 8, number 10. Two number 10. We're playing with two
yeah,
number
Oh,
10. And just, Virgin, the defense we have, we shouldn't have to be playing 8 and 6 and 110, two
oh.
tens.
Okay, now I get what you're saying. You're
That's
literally saying that you need to change the formation then to
Well,
put him in the squad? Because
not the
we
format.
don't play two number 10.
Yo, bro, the basically we do
No,
because
we don't.
no, listen to Virgin. I tell you how this football going on. You see, whenever we playing with the Thomas Partey, Declan Rice, when they're saying that Declan Rice is making that late run into the box or Kai Havertz or blah blah blah, that is basically in modern football is a hybrid number 10, number 8. But they don't classify it as a number 10. It's a hybrid system where because they're playing the 8, but they're expected to arrive in the box and be attacking. For me, that is a number 10 role. So even though they don't name it as that, it is a number 10. So what I'm saying, you're playing against a team, bank of 5, 3 in front, and then 1 or whatever, and they're playing a low block. Why do we need to have a number 8, number 6, and 110? So we have 210, number 6, and the 3 defenders. So that's 4 players we have at the back there. We don't need any more than that. 2 tens in between the pockets. That's how you get the combination on both right side and left side. That is why Arsenal is so predictable on the right side because the only 10 is on the right. So no, every combination is there. If you have a 10 on the left, which is my pick is Eze, if you have a 10 on the left to combine with whoever is playing left wing plus the striker in that zone, now you're talking business. On both sides, you have the 2 tens for that
Yeah, yeah,
combination.
but you're gonna leave Declan Rice in the middle by himself.
Yes,
That's a lot
sir,
of free. That's a lot of free roll right there for the opposite team to take.
bro. So what are you trying to do? You say you want more goals. What you want?
Well, more goals from the wingers and the midfielders, yes. But come on now, we can't use two number 10s in our squad, bro. That doesn't sound right at all.
What?
Nah.
Man City have done that. Man City have done that and won the league 4 times.
The role that Declan Rice plays in for Arsenal is that number 8 role, the box to box number 8. He plays the
Yeah,
Iron Ramsey role, bro.
yeah.
Box to box. He doesn't play the number 10. We only use one number 10, bro.
You see, that is what I'm trying to explain to you, sir. I'm
Yeah.
trying to explain to you that, in my opinion, yes, you all can talk about this box to box thing. Declan Rice is not playing no box to box in all the games. Because I'm talking about when we are playing against low block. When we are playing against low block, there is no box to box because all there is box. So there's no other box. So if it's only one box, we're 90%. We have the team right pinned in. When at what point is he at our box for him to be playing box to box? That's when we need a second number 10 and we have Declan Rice playing as the only CDM. Anything comes out, he muffs that up, and you have the 2 big giant defenders behind him. There's
Yeah,
nothing more you
but
need.
I like to see Rice not as that clean up player because he's also he's I
All
think
right.
he's better doing
Rice,
back
one of
No, no,
Rice's
no, no,
best
no.
abilities
So,
driving. He's
so you
very good
see,
at driving the ball. And
going
with,
so,
with
forward.
us putting Rice at the sixth position, we're losing that
Yeah,
output from
yeah,
him.
yeah.
so
We
you
are gonna
see,
waste him right.
you see, this is where fans really get caught up in this football, and we're not thinking this through. So Rice, quote unquote, number 8 is the best position because he drives with the ball and he can do it for 90, 100 minutes. I agree with that. This team is not about Declan Rice. This team is about the entire team winning. Now, if I have a number 10, like Eze, for example, who is
Mm.
producing the passes, the goals, the assists, I do not need Declan Rice driving. I need that creativity. I need that maverick who is going to score, who is going to assist, who is going to cause havoc. So the driving with Declan Rice works well because we do not have that number 10 in the left 10. So because we don't have that, we need the driving. So it looks good, but the team can be way better if we have that number 10. And I'm looking at better in the team, not looking at better in Declan Rice's best attributes. I'm looking at how can Arsenal score more goals as you, Mr. Teacher, want? So you want more goals?
True.
This is how me I
So,
tell you, say the solution can
Yeah,
help you to get
but
more goals.
hold up again. Point. We are going forward to score more goals, yes, but Declan Rice is gonna be there by himself. That's what I'm saying. Two
What you
number
mean
10.
him
The
and him a
midfield is gonna
big
be
Gabby and
open, bro.
Saliba? Big Gabby Saliba and one of the wing backs. Because I
Nah.
saw we play
They,
three.
they, they would run around our midfield if we doesn't have a number 8 there, bro. I'm telling you.
Eh, eh, eh,
but
But I get what you're saying. You're saying
I,
if we're holding on to the ball
I need I
for
need
a
to
while,
I
passing
need
the ball, it's good to have two number 10s. Yes.
I need to draw this thing and show
This
you.
guy,
no,
man.
no, man. No, man, I get where I am.
We get what I'm saying, but nah, it's
But
not gonna work.
I think,
Eh? So
It's
how
not
it
gonna
work
work.
at City?
well,
Yeah, did
How
it
it work?
work this season?
How it work at City when them a play Bernardo Silva and KDB? A 210 that them use.
yeah,
Did
but
it work this season?
No, you see what you talk about now. We are talk about now a joke thing.
Mm.
Yeah, because them not play 210 this season. Them not be
Yes, they
ability to
did.
do
Yes,
that.
they did, bro. Yes, they did.
No, 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 no,
They
no.
did.
Alright, most of the games, them have Kovacic and who else a play in the midfield.
Gundogan
Basic,
and Gundogan,
right. So yeah, and Gundogan
Phil
didn't play as a
Foden,
10.
Phil
He
Foden.
no
They
so
play two number 10s, bro.
no. Them play the eights. They play the eights instead of the 10 because they don't have that. KDB and Bernardo Silva used to be like this, going this way, pass after pass. As a matter of fact, Bernardo Silva wasn't playing as no 10. Bernardo
it
playing
was
all
like
over the
a
field.
winger.
Just run
Yeah,
all over.
roaming. It was just like a roaming
Run
thing.
Yeah,
all over. That's a number 10, bro. Number 10, run all over. That's a number 10. That's what he was playing.
no. He was more than a 10. Bernardo played left back when he playing 10, right back all over.
That's a 10 job, no?
No. That's not the 10 job.
That's a part of a 10 job, bro.
No,
A
no,
10,
no,
a
no.
10 roll is the free
Left
roll.
back,
A
right
10
back.
roll is like a free roll, bro.
No. The 10 job is all over, going that way.
And you said you see that Bernardo playing left back.
Yes.
Mm.
Google it, man. YouTube. By YouTube. I mean,
I don't see that. I don't see that this season. I seen him playing 10. I seen Phil Foden playing 10. I seen Kevin De Bruyne playing 10.
oh, you see Phil Foden play this season? I've never
10.
seen him. I not
He
seen him on the
started the
field.
season playing number 10. He started the season playing number 10.
Oh, I haven't seen him this season.
You know, he started
Yeah,
the
man,
season
in
playing
play.
10.
Yeah, man.
In
Yeah,
play?
man. Yes, man.
Uh,
Don't do, don't do him so much. Don't can't do
Yeah,
him so.
yeah, yeah.
but I never know.
Yeah, yeah.
I never know. I don't see him.
They can't do him
Yeah,
the way they man. He play, but he just not play no ball game.
No,
yeah. But it's
no. On a
impressive.
serious level, I haven't seen him. I'm trying
He's
to remember
stepping
which
up.
game they have played where he was in the team.
Mm.
But on a serious note, still, I really believe that they. So, for example, so hold on. So, if you get the which attacking midfielder you would want to be back up to Odegaard or replace him? Because
I said
Silva's a
Eze.
110.
Eze is the best backup.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Eze and the guy who I would really like over Eze, but I know we're not gonna get him. That's why I didn't mention him. Is the guy from um what's the team name again, man? Aston Villa. Rogers. Morgan Rogers.
Oh,
That's who I like. That's who I really like. Morgan Rogers.
but I know.
Yeah, not wicked baller that
But
brother. Wicked is a
ball,
baller.
man.
So tell me what you don't like about him now, Jason, because I know you probably have had some problem with him.
Yeah, Morgan Rogers, he
Mm.
fits a little bit of the criteria that I'm talking about, getting the ball and running with the ball. But it's not maverick enough for me. Like in terms of dribbling ability. I need a
Mm,
ball carrier who can shift the ball. He's directly a runner. So it's just a pace thing, which is okay. So I'm not objecting totally, but I just think Eze has that pace and he has the ability to also like play on the left, come in, cut inside. Rogers is more like just a straight line runner. That's just my thoughts on that in terms of
Good ball
Rogers.
though, very direct, very direct,
Yeah,
very
Yeah,
that's why I mentioned him. I mentioned Eze first, then I mentioned him.
yes,
I know for a
yeah,
fact we would never get Rodgers. The price that Rodgers would go for, we would never get him. That's why I said Eze.
and now you everything.
It's time for Eze to leave Crystal Palace. Honestly,
yeah. Right now his
Um,
chips are high.
what 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 is going on with the Sane rumors?
I don't want to see that.
Yes,
Yeah,
I don't
no,
want to see
no,
that. I
no,
don't
no.
want to see no Sane. That's another player that's at the end of his career just want to get money from Arsenal.
yeah,
Go stay in
yeah,
Germany, man.
yeah, man.
Yeah,
Yeah, boy.
yeah. That's a leave alone in cricket. That's
Yeah.
that's a
Yeah,
leave alone for sure.
yeah.
Definitely not playing at that one.
Yeah, I don't see no other midfielders or wingers and striker out there what I probably would like. I think those are the ones that I've seen about that I will go for.
Yeah, yeah. That's about that.
So
You
so
know,
so so how about
hoping to get.
Mbumo as Saka backup?
Embuemo,
Yeah.
he doesn't want
Yeah,
to play
man.
backup. That's the thing. I like him, but he's not gonna want to be a backup to Saka. He's the type of player that should be starting, bro. That's why I don't feel like he wanted to come to Arsenal. That's why he
Yeah,
chose
yeah,
Manchester United.
yeah.
He chose Manchester United for £240,000 a week, which
Yeah, and he's
is
gonna start. And he's
four
gonna start.
four times what he. No, I'm lying.
But
He,
the thing is this thing, no, Jason. There's no way he would have been starting in the Arsenal squad because he can't start over Saka, and that's his
Come on.
position.
yeah,
Yes. So when I've seen people talking about oh he choose Manchester United, that's to me it's a bad move. I would have chose Newcastle over Manchester United, but I get it.
yeah. The
Continue.
stocks on United is still high as a big club,
Yeah,
Yeah,
just in terms of the statue of the name.
yeah,
And the jersey per se, in terms of jersey sales and be known around the world. His Instagram followers are going to go to this world by
yeah,
just signing for United. So makes
yeah,
sense.
yeah. I think we covered everything
So
that we need to cover. No,
so
or you guys
no
want to mention something else?
no man,
yeah.
there's no way you can have this conversation. There's no way you can have this conversation and you do not talk about the unrealistic signing of Isaac. There's no way you can finish the conversation and not
I,
talk about Isaac.
I forget.
Yeah. He
No
just
time.
hurt me sometimes to talk about yeah, because he's the perfect striker to get, bro. It's just that
Oh,
perfect.
what hurt me even more is the fact that we got the chance on multiple occasions to sign him
Yeah,
and we just didn't go for him. Eh? So
yeah.
unfortunate. So unfortunate.
I think they heard our takes on it. What are your takes, Jason?
So, you see, how much do you think Newcastle would realistically want for him?
One
150?
130.
150. 150
I
million.
think they will take 130, you know.
So you wouldn't spend 130 to get Isaac.
100% I would.
I would spend 130. I spend even 145.
I would put 150. I would put a 50. I would give the 150 too.
Yes, that's man. You have money. I do.
Me
I
come,
do.
Papa.
But no
It
future.
sounds like you wouldn't.
No, 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 no. That is getting out of hand now. That is ridiculous. I think he's very good, but not 100 and I'm not saying based on his worth. I just think that I believe that we have around 200 to spend, right? And if we spend 150 on one player who is not going to solve our problem, no matter how good he is, we need more reinforcement. So by that in itself, I wouldn't, because we need 4 players minimum.
The
Minimum.
only
Yeah.
issue I have with him is that he seems to be injured prone. But despite that, perfect striker. But yeah, just that.
It's just the price. It's just the price tag why I wouldn't go.
Yeah, right.
If we had the bag to spend like what people say we have 3 mil, 300 mil to spend. Yes, I'll probably put the 150 there, but realistically, I know we don't have 3 mil, 300 mil
Yeah.
to spend. We have
Oh
probably
no.
like 2 or 250.
Yeah, yeah, about that. About that.
Yeah, but to me, for me, he's the best striker in the world. That's why I'm like, I'm willing to put that money towards him to get him. This guy reminds me so much of Thierry Henry, bro. A lot of the
Yeah.
way he plays, a lot of the goals I've seen him score,
Man have
so
everything,
much of
brother.
Thierry.
Man have everything, brother. Kill for deal. Ball carry him, shoot him from distance. In the year, acrobatic finish, ball control, link up play, one of the ball. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. He's that player. He's that player. See.
Yeah, for real. All right, before we go, prediction for next season.
One thing, me every Arsenal fan, EM is always the same thing. First place. A lot of clubs can't say this, A lot of clubs afraid to talk that way, but as a big club, your aim is always should be first.
This is always going to be
Always gonna be first.
Arsenal must win the Premier League.
Yeah.
We will win the Premier League. That is always my prediction at the start of every season. We win
Every
the
no, regardless of we coming in fifth, sixth, my aim every season
Yeah,
first.
man, win the Premier League. Win the Premier League.
All
Most
right, so give it top four then.
top
Top
four.
four.
Arsenal.
I'm gonna wait till the transfer is over before I give my top four. Honestly, I don't want you.
No, Virgin, this is the early prediction. We can review it after the transfer season done. Early
All right.
predictions.
Arsenal, Man City, based on their signing so far. Liverpool. Who not gonna put in a four now? Newcastle. Yeah. Arsenal, City, Liverpool, Newcastle. That's my
Yeah,
top.
make Chelsea man here thought they were you know, the man is not ready to the man ready to fight, boy.
Oh,
What you thought, Jason? What do you think?
So very easy at the top, man, just in terms of Arsenal. We definitely need and have to win the league next
Yeah.
season. And then I'm going for I'm going for Liverpool to be second. Especially if them get this Verts boy. Um and the firepower where them are go have up front. Um and when I say firepower, I mean just in terms of the fact that Verts is going to be so he's just a dribbler. So that in itself is going to take a lot of players off Salah. And I just think this guy is a different machine when it comes to. I just believe he is lucky. He's one of those type of players where you'd call probably like a Wobiaman type of player.
Say goes down.
Yeah, I just believe he's very lucky. Sometimes he just. And then after Liverpool, I'm going to go City in third. And then in fourth, I get a beating for this. In fourth, I really believe that Manchester United is going
No,
to come
brother.
fourth.
Nah, nah.
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
Nah.
All
We
right,
have
so
to say Manchester United can move from what they come 15 to 4th?
yeah, man.
Hell no.
Not
All right,
happening.
sir. As I said, this is my prediction, so we
Yeah,
shall
yeah,
see.
yeah.
Yeah, we'll come
We
back
shall
to this.
see. Yes.
We'll come back to this.
Most
Yes, we
definitely,
shall
most
see.
definitely,
Yeah, so
most
guys, if you reach this far, please like, share, and subscribe.